So Jamal, for some reason, it's not letting me connect with you. KST, do you have any recommendations? Oh, here we go.
Hi,
There you go.
Norlana.
I was getting nervous.
I have to show you how to use technology.
No, you didn't follow my instructions. I could
I
tell.
did.
So anyway, thank you for joining me. I'm actually kind of like in between appointments.
Okay,
So if I disconnect or something because I'm in a sketchy area, I'll just hang up and reconnect.
that sounds
But
great.
all right, cool. So welcome to Down with ODD. I'm Orlana Darkins Drury. I'm the deputy director for Kelly Strayhorn Theater. And once a month, I connect with members in our community who's doing great things. And so today I'm talking to Jamal Woodson. He's the general manager of Whammo 100 and The Beat. Jamal, welcome to Down with ODD.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me, Orlana.
Thank you. I should tell you and all of our viewers that I am afraid of bees and I am outside. So you might see me react. So just want to throw that out there. So first off, I know I introduced you as the GM of two radio stations, Whammo and The Beat, but you are also co-owner of the famous ATU food truck.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
you, you've also managed for years Gabby Barrett, who is now a national singing sensation.
Absolutely.
You also run nationally known Abby Lee Dance Company.
Yes.
And you were just appointed as the head coach for Baldwin High School.
Yes.
And then in your spare time, you just launched a t-shirt line.
Absolutely. And don't forget about slam basketball.
Oh, I forgot about it. You
Can't forget.
own your own it's a basketball league
Uh,
for high school girls.
it's a AAU organization for boys and girls, grades 4th through 12th grade.
Okay, cool. So really you're a serial entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
So I guess my first question is why? Why involve yourself in so many businesses?
I'm never satisfied. I'm a person that's never satisfied, no matter what it is. If I made 10 million, I'd want 30. If I made 30, I'd want 100. If I help 200 kids, I want to help 400 kids. So I'm just never satisfied. So I'm always looking for the next thing to do to accomplish.
Okay, so let's step back for a second because you're not from Pittsburgh. Are you from DC or Maryland?
I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland. I was born and raised. I lived there for 18 years. And then I graduated and went to college at Pitt Greensburg, right in Greensburg. Um, and then fresh out of college, I started working for Whammo.
You started working for
And then,
Waymo?
yeah, I started working for Whammo
Oh,
fresh
I
out of
didn't know that
college.
was your first job because I know that's where I first met you. You started off in sales at the first Whammo 106 Jam.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. That Whammo, as we knew it back in the day. So that
Okay.
was my first job out of college. I started working for Whammo 1067.
Okay, cool.
Uh,
So do you think that obviously I think I'm answering my own question, but I will hear from you. So how did that lay the foundation to what everything you're doing now? Because as we mentioned, you started at the original Whammo in sales
yeah,
fresh out of school.
yeah. So I originally, I knew nothing about sales. I had never been in sales before. I was a waiter at Red Lobster. I was a waiter at Eden Park, and those were my only jobs all throughout college. And whenever I was in sales, I strive to be the best. So I would follow around all the top salespeople, trying to like emulate what they did, and then took my own formula, and I became the number one sales rep in the history of Whammo, the old station as we knew it. I generated six figures every single month, which was a record high. So from then, I became a liking to sales, and then that just made me. I met so many people, so many clients. I started traveling around the world, being involved in so many different things, and that, of course, just made me more hungry for bigger and better things. So that that just led me to everything else.
Okay. And if you're just joining us, this is Orlana, Dark and Jury. You're watching Down with ODD. I'm talking to Jamal Woodson, who is a serial entrepreneur. But for the sake of this interview, because he owns so many businesses, he is mostly known for being the general manager of Whammo 100 and the Beat PGH. So let's fast forward some more because there's so much. Like, there's no way I could cover all of your life in
Right,
15
right.
minutes.
That's all good.
So we'll go to Wemo 100. Um, so how did you get to Wemo that we know now, Wemo 100? And also, is this true that you're the youngest general manager of a radio station in the States?
History, yeah, in the United States, I was.
Oh, in the United States.
In the United States,
Oh,
yep,
okay.
I was. I'm sure I'm not now. I'm a little older,
Okay.
but when I first started, I was the youngest general manager of a radio station in the United States, which was
Nice.
great. I started, I did very well at the old Whammo, and since I did well, one of my good friends, Laura Varner, she hired me at the new station. I did very well, and then when she moved on to, I think she got a better offer, a better opportunity, so the position became open, and I had done so well at Whammo that they asked me to come on and take her place.
All right, cool. So you've been the general manager for how many years?
Since 2013, so 7 years.
Oh, nice. All right. Getting close to that 10-year anniversary.
Yeah,
So
close.
I know you get hit up all the time about how can local artists be heard on Whammo. So what's the do's and what's the don'ts?
So I get hit up. I mean, I drive around the Whammo car everywhere. So it doesn't matter where I am. The first thing people say is, yo, you work for Whammo? Like, I'm driving a Whammo car. Yes,
Right.
I work for Whammo. And then the second question is, yo, I can get my song played on the radio, yo. All y'all do is play, regular hits. So what people don't understand is radio stations are based on ratings. People listen to what they're familiar with. So it's very hard for us to play something that people aren't familiar with. There's two ways to get on Whammo. One, we play a local segment every Sunday at 7 o'clock. So if you email everything in to future@whammo100, we get hundreds of requests. So we filter through them, and we do our best to make sure we play 10 local artists every Sunday. Second way is being popular in your own city. We can't deny anyone that's popular on YouTube, on social media. I remember there was a guy by the name of Asco. He had like 2 million views on his YouTube page. Every time we went to a bar or club, we would hear the song played. We had no choice but to play it. We want to play what's hot, what people are listening to. If you're someone who doesn't have a strong following on social media, if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of YouTube followers, the chances are your song could be very good. But chances are a radio station is not going to play it unless there's a buzz for you in your own city.
Okay. And is there a certain style that you must have a buzz? Like, you must have a buzz if you're hip hop, R&B. Like, what about if you're an alternative singer? Would Whammo play it?
I'll say we're known for hip hop, slightly R&B. So the chances are of a singer getting on, it would have to be sort of crossover for us to play it. And again, it's just all about ratings. We have to play what is hot so people can stay tuned. The
Okay.
second someone turns the channel because they're unfamiliar with something, we lose ratings right away.
Again, I'm talking to Jamal Woodson. He's the general manager of Women 100 and The Beat. I'm Orlana Dark and Drury, and you're listening to Down with ODD. So, Jamal, you've also have had much success in managing artists. So, what advice do you have for artists in terms of what they should look for in a manager?
Someone who's going to be dedicated to you, and someone not just dedicated, but also has resources and who to get to. So many times, everyone always says, "Oh, I know so and so. Oh, I know this person. I know this person." But you have to look at their background. Also look at their grind. If they have, I have multiple businesses, but I also have time to grind for whatever artist I'm working with. And you want to make sure they have a financial backing that they can help you with. A lot of it also isn't about what you know; it's about who you know. Who do they know? Can they get you on shows? Can they get you on the radio? Can they get you in contact with record labels? Those are all important things that you need to know. And before the record labels, how can they help you build a buzz for you in your own city? Do they have the funds to help you create, dope music videos, great songs in the studio? You want to be able to be something before you go to record labels. Times have changed where record labels aren't going to just find a no-name artist with, who can sing in the club. Like, oh, I like her. I want to try to make something out of her. Record labels want to build something that's already in the making,
right?
Or not already buzzing.
Mm-hmm. In terms of if it's an artist working with a manager, in terms of money, is there like what would be a red flag if a manager is asking you for 30%? But what's the normal asking charge for a manager that an artist would know, like, okay, this is reasonable?
15%.
Okay.
Will be good. Yeah, 15% is good. You know what I'm saying? A good asking price. But in the beginning, there's all types of deals. In the beginning, there's a lot of things that myself, like I manage 3 different artists right now. We pay for everything. I pay for everything up front. So a lot of managers want their money on the back end. So they want 100% of their money recouped and then get a percentage, which I absolutely think is fair. Now, myself, I don't do that. I put up everything and know that there's a bigger picture. So all I want is 15%, no matter what, no matter how much I put up. So I've put up $75,000 for an artist before, and just wanted 15% when everything comes around, because
And
I'm looking at the bigger picture.
and do people approach you, or do you? I guess 2 parts. Do people approach you, or do you see someone and you approach them and say, "Hey, you know what? I can manage you and take you to the next level"?
I think it's give and take. I get approached more than anything. There's very few people I will see and be like, I want to work with you. And I don't want to work with a lot of people. I only want to work with no more than 5. I'm working with 3 people right now. Looking to work with 2 more people. I own my own production studio, and we have engineers, producers, so that helps a lot with cost when you own your own studio, because studio time is very expensive. So I'm always looking to bring artists in. I've brought in 30 different artists. I've asked them to come in. They've done songs in the studio, and I didn't like them. And, nothing personal, but in terms of business, I didn't want to work with them for different reasons.
So what do you look for?
Somebody who is very outgoing, somebody very confident, and someone with a lot of talent.
Okay.
Those are.
You're kind of in a bad area, so you're getting kind of sketchy on me. All right, there you go.
Can you hear me?
So I kind of lost you a little bit. You were a little sketchy. So you
Sorry.
named the 3, but what did you say after that?
So, I'm just, I get hit up a lot. So just pretty much making sure that along with talent comes the drive, the desire. I want someone who's willing to be on social media nonstop, somebody who's always practicing their art. I get artists all the time. They'll come in the studio 2 times with me. They'll halfway finish a song and we'll come back in the studio next time. And I'm like, so did you work on this? They're like, oh no, I was going to work on it here. So I'm like, so what did you do from the time you left me to last week? And then I always get the ideas that they were thinking about. Well, I want things on paper. I want to hear what you worked on, because I'm not going to put 6 figures into somebody if they're not willing to put the same work in themselves.
Right. So I started off by listing everything that you do in terms of your businesses and the people you manage. So how do you balance everything? Do you have employees? Do you have virtual assistants? How do you get it all done? And how do you get it all done where you're able to enjoy life, your family, friends? So it's kind of a 2-part.
So the first thing is I have 3 different assistants that all handle different things. They're all virtual. There's no need for them to be with me all day. I am running around a lot, but this is what I do. This is how I enjoy life, is working. I watch Shark Tank nonstop, and I don't want to be the person who goes on Shark Tank looking for a deal. I want to be the shark giving people deals. So until I'm there, You know, it's nonstop, and that's just what I enjoy. I don't enjoy vacationing. I don't enjoy going away because all I'm doing is thinking about work.
Right.
Like, so if I go to Jamaica for like 7 days, 6 of those days I'm on my phone nonstop. You know.
Right. You know, I can't. You know, no judgment from me. So
Right.
when I go on vacation, I'm still on my computer, on my phone,
Right.
trying to make things
Right. I
happen.
know you are.
So you're. I feel like you're me, like 3.0. So I'm gonna sign up to one of your workshops. But thank you so much for sharing with us, Jamal Woodson, serial entrepreneur, general manager of WEMA 100, The Beat, founder and co-owner of ATU Food Truck, manager for artists. One notable is Gabby Barrett. You also, I mentioned this earlier, but you do you own it or you run Abby Lee Dance Company? I don't understand what that is.
I I run and own it in Pittsburgh.
Okay. All right. So we'll add that on there. Abby Lee Dance Company, head coach for Baldwin High School.
Yeah.
And then, I know I was signing off, but you have your own t-shirt line. Do you want to tell us about that real quick?
Absolutely. It's called God's My Bro and God is My Homie. Please go to godsmybro.com. Please purchase. We have tons of t-shirts, great clothing line. It's a way to support God and, you know, in our language, the way we speak now today.
All right. You heard it here first. Jamal Woodson, serial entrepreneur. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Rolanda. You're the best.
I'll be calling you soon.
I'll be waiting.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
A piece called #Negrophobia. It is it's a solo disguised as a duet. Myself and UK-based performance artist, model, nightlife personality, I'm a Mess, is also featured in the work, and it examines the erotic fear associated with the black body. I'm thinking a lot about issues